Good day. Today is August 10th, 2018, and I need to talk to you about capitalism. Now, everything is wrong about capitalism as far as what you hear and what you're taught in school. Well, I shouldn't say everything, but the majority, to the point where it's either an outright lie or a misunderstanding or stupidity or just not giving enough information about it. First off, what most people think of capitalism in regards to what is in play here in the United States is not capitalism at all. It's crony capitalism, which is in play here, and crony capitalism is actually almost opposite to what standard capitalism would be, or what most people would think of standard capitalism. Crony capitalism is when a few families and a few high-placed people who are not just manipulate the markets and most things, they actually control the markets. They practically control the mass media, and in the last year or so they've put a heavier dent on alternative media, such as what you get off the computer and internet. So when you have just a few people, an elite or globalists or any number of other secret societies that aren't really so secret, but when these people control so-called capitalism or control the markets or control whatever's going on, that's the opposite of what true capitalism is. So if you understand that right there, that's one thing. Okay, now as far as the word capitalism, what is capitalism? And well, let's tackle that first. What is capitalism? Capitalism is something that's based on a capital, is based on something. And so you have to look at what that is based on to understand what capitalism you're talking about. And what is it that functions under today in this country? It's something that's based on debt, because the US dollar is created out of thin air and there's never any interest that's created. So the interest that we the people pay on that dollar, present dollar, Federal Reserve notes, is based on debt, because we always have to continue to borrow more money in order to pay back what has gone out of the economy in the form of interest on the debt, or interest on the Federal Reserve notes, which came in existence after, totally after JFK was assassinated by probably the Kabbalists. He was trying to bring back the United States note, a U.S. note, which there was a few in print then, and a continued expansion of the silver certificate. And this was outgrowth from the 1913 Federal Reserve Act, and which is not constitutional money, which was supposedly based on silver. So we have debt certificates today. And so that is what the capital is. So that throws your whole trying to understand what's going on completely off, because everything's based on debt. Well, not everything, but everything that's on the table, that's out in the open. Now you have all kinds of scam artists that understand how this is actually operating, so they of course don't want to be a part of the scam, and they don't want to deal in US dollars, so they deal in real assets. And gold and silver is no longer a real asset because that market has been controlled since it dropped down to, since gold dropped down to about 12,000 an ounce. If you'll recall, when it was up at 19 and going up 20, it dropped suddenly down to 13 to 12. And it's been there ever since. Well, that was when the elite totally took over the control of the precious metals market. So precious metals are out for an asset, at least in this country and in Europe. So the elite, the people that are in the know, have to deal in other assets, and they've taken on in the form of drugs, weapons, children, and a few other things which are considered by the average person as criminal enterprises. But those are the only real assets that are operating in the world all over, that it can be truly traded for an asset of equal value. Let's see, so there you have a little bit on what form of capital our capitalism is based on today, and from that you might be able to get a little bit of a glimpse on how that capital is traded, and I just kind of told you a little bit of that. And that's basically it, and I hope this video on capitalism and this look at what capitalism is and is not will help all of you out there. It's a good day.